Warning. This video is for educational and documental purposes only, and everything being shown is legal under California's Proposition 64. I will never encourage consumption in any legal or illegal environment. Also, product shown in this video is not for sale. This is for family use only. I've never sold nor intend to distribute any of this product. Please enjoy the video. Yo, what is going on, pimps and players? My name is Carter, and welcome back to the 113 Grow Show. In today's video, we're actually be kicking it back a little bit. 2 months ago, I went ahead and grew 8 beans in a 2x2 and the pineapple Kush cake auto by Humboldt seeds. Now, both of those flower videos, veg, and final videos are going to be either in the description down below. You can either find them in playlists that I have on my channel, or I'll try to throw a card up or something on the screen. We'll see. So currently, I am running really low on the stash. So today, we're going to go ahead and sift some trim. But without further ado, let's just hop right into the video. Now, it was a random Tuesday. Carter had pulled out a tri-tip to cook that night, and he noticed a nice little whiff of marijuana from his freezer. So what I decided to do, I told Abby, yo, no time to waste, we're doing a sift video today. Now, I got a lot of moaning and groaning, but we ended up making it work. I got her to kick in overdrive, and we started to get this shit sifted. Now, the best way to do this is to keep everything nice and frozen. I recommend even trying to put your sift tray in the freezer too, to keep those microns really cold. It just helps all the trichome heads slip right on through. Now, make sure that when you go into this, you have a lot of gloves ready, because as you're agitating the flour, you're going to be getting so sticky. And you know how much of a bitch it is to get it off your fingers after the fact? So just, you know what, be smart and put some gloves on. They're like a couple bucks at the Dollar Tree. Make that shit happen, pimps. A couple main points that you need to know is how many microns your sift screen is. Now, because this isn't a sift screen, this is an actual trim tray, it's a pretty high micron. It's not no 90U, it's not going to be no absolute patella hash, no fucking beautiness. This stuff is like, I want to say 180 micron, but I'm fingers crossed for 150, just because I don't want all that plant matter falling through, but I mean, we can only work with what we got, you know what I'm saying? To try to keep the plant material in the trim and not down in our sift, we're going to just go ahead and do it as lightly as possible. I mean, obviously we're going to be agitating the bud. This go around we went for 20 minutes just because we felt like we had a lot of trim on the tray itself, but it's really not that hard. All I did to prep the tray itself was I went and just sprayed a bunch of hot water through the actual screens itself, tried to loosen up any old just stuck debris that was in there. And then I walked outside and I used my dad's air compressor and I blew out every single piece of the screen just to make sure it was really nice and fresh. Now, in the near future, I would like to get the multiple different sift screens, just because in the past, I have done it a little too much on this sift tray or trim tray or whatever the hell you want to call it. And my sift or hash or keef has turned out green. Now, when you get green sift, that is a byproduct of overworking your trim. That's a lot of plant material falling through into your hash, causing it to be green, just like your trim. This go around, we did pretty good. We got really lucky. One thing we did differently this go around was agitation. We didn't agitate it as much. We kind of just moved it around and let the coldness break off the trichomes. We figured that helped us quite a bit. Another little trick that me and Abby figured out is we were taking either her or my hairbrush, and we'll just go ahead and tap on all edges all around the actual trim tray itself. Just because as Abby's working in the material, working through the trim itself is losing a lot of that coldness. It's warming up and starting to get really sticky, causing some of that trichome buildup to kind of just stick on top of the sift, and really tapping around the tray really helps bounce all of those trichomes right on through. After 20 minutes of solid agitation, you can tell we got a decent amount. Now, unfortunately, I won't be able to measure how much we got. A, I didn't even measure how much trim we have, or weigh I mean. And B, I don't even have any parchment paper to set on my scale and actually weigh out how much sift I have, but we're going to be doing that in a different video. Next, all we're going to do is we're going to take that worn, used up trim, go ahead and re-put it back up in the freezer bag that you got it out from. Now, you can either just chuck the whole thing away, which is what I'm going to do, or some people would like to use their excess AVB already vaped bud or their already sifted sift, so that they can either turn the rest into RSO, or they make tinctures out of it and make edibles, or Something I definitely want to look into in the future, but at the time right now, I just don't have a way to stick it in the oven and decarb it, because my parents would be pissed. Now, there's multiple ways you can go ahead and collect the sift from the bottom of your tray. One thing that I like to do is, I've seen a lot of people do it a bunch of different ways. I've seen people use old credit and debit cards. Some people use like not hair brushes, but like a makeup brush, like a blush brush, and like sweep it into their, container or whatever. You can do it however you like. Some trays have an open bottom where you can actually put a piece of parchment on the bottom that'll all fall onto. Now I think that's pretty bitchin', but honestly a debit card works perfectly for my situation here. All we're gonna do is kind of just collect it and then stick it in a jar. But please make sure that your card is clean. These things have been everywhere in all sorts of different card readers, so you really gotta make sure we're not cross-contaminating any bullshit. This is by far the best sift that either me or Abby has ever gathered in our lifetime, and we're only gonna get better from here. This is the first time it hasn't been green, and this is the most we've ever gotten. Now that probably helps because our trim was actually kind of decent. Now the starting material plays a big factor in what kind of sift that you're gonna get and how much you're gonna get. Honestly, I am pretty bummed I didn't have any parchment paper because I do really want to weigh it. I am really curious to know how much we got, but I'm gonna make that happen when we bring out the cob sift video. This sift is really sticky. I can almost form it into a ball inside the jar itself, and it looks like straight beach sand. Two of the best characteristics I could have ever asked for. I could not wait to put some on a bowl and to just send me to Jupiter. I'm super pumped on how much hash we got. Like I said, unfortunately we weren't able to weigh it. Now that's my bad. I should have did some preparing and go in and actually get some parchment paper, but your boy fucked up, and you know what, we're gonna live and learn on this one. I'm gonna get some parchment so we can get that for the cob sift video, so stay tuned for that, guys. All I can say is your boy left it out in the sun a little bit and it kind of turned brown. So I know I'm not gonna show it to you right now. I kind of fucked up and I'm gonna take that one on the chin. But that shit's alright, boys. You know what? Hey, I'm gonna learn. It's like 113 here in Sacramento right now, so it's fucked. That's all I gotta say. It's fucking shitty. But we are almost, at the time of recording this video, actually, we are 7 subscribers away from 750. And I think I just hit 500 from the time of recording this video. I think it was like 9 days ago I had posted thank you for the 500 subs. So within 8 or 9 days, bug in my ear hole. In 8 or 9 days, we pretty much got 250 subscribers. We got in half of what that 500 goal was. It took us 6 months to get 500. Well, it took us 9 days to get half of that 500. So my mind is blown. We are so close to 1K. I honestly can't say thank you guys enough for all you guys that are liking and subscribing these videos. Thank you. You guys are such fucking pimps. I want to just dap y'all up and just give you a big hug. It makes my day. I can't even get it out. Words can't describe how I feel. And honestly, I feel like we got some good grows coming up. I'm learning. I'm gonna be bumping down my newts just a little bit on the worm castings. I think we're gonna see what that does, but all the tents are looking fire right now. I just flipped the personal versus professional into flower, so stay tuned for the veg video. It's popping off over here at the 113 Grow Show. So you know what, all I gotta say is I hope we keep growing together, and I'll see you pimps in the next one. Later. Like and subscribe, drop a comment down below.